Hello, Beverly Hills. I'm your host, Dylan Fussman, and this is a special edition of Consider This. I'm here with producer and co-host Brian Eliyahu and my guest with the United States Army, Juan A. Negron. How are you today, Juan?
How you doing?
So, Juan, how did you get involved with the military?
Well, I joined the military when I was 17 years old, fresh out of high school.
So, at what age?
At the age of 17.
All right, and why did you join the military exactly? What were your feelings then? Why did you decide you wanted to be in a military career?
Well, as coming as from Puerto Rico, I'm in a poor town where I used to be, where I live. I graduated from high school, and I was looking at different careers back home. They used to have factories and small jobs. And so we had a recruiter come to the school, and he talks about all the benefits that you will get as you join the military. And I joined when I was 17, and I went to Germany. I was driving. My MOS was armored. That's a tank, and I did that for 3 years. Then I came back and I joined the reserve. I did 21 years in the reserve.
Wow.
And I have 27 years as a police officer.
How did your mother feel about you leaving and going off to the military?
Well, as a young boy, 17 years old, of course my mom didn't like the idea. But as a grown-up man, you have to make your own decisions. So I told my mom, if you was going to meet for me for the rest of the life, and she said no, because we're a Christian family, and she said no, I cannot be here for the rest of your life. So I told my mom I have to make my own decision. I have to make my own life, and she signed my papers, and I joined the military.
Wow, that's a great story. And also, I just wanted to know, what was the hardest part about boot camp when you first got in there as a 17-year-old, young, trying to fit in with everybody else, trying to learn the ways? What was the hardest part for you?
Well, the hard part that I got is because in the old basic training, that's what they used to call it, boot camp. Everything was done in boots. So I was a flat-footed. So the most thing that I got was running with the boots. But I put myself to it, and it was something that I wanted from my heart, and I finished it. I went through it, and I've been doing it for 31 years.
So you said that you joined while learning about the benefits of the military. Can you tell us some of the benefits?
Well, yes, the benefits. The Army right now, if you're like kids that they graduate from high school, the Army will give you money to pay your college. It will give you the money to, if you have any student loans, if you're in college, you have student loans, the Army will pay your student loan if you score 50 or more on the ASVAB test. And the experience, the life experience. I mean, you have you have experience on a job, because when you join the Army or the Army Reserve, that will open you the doors for federal jobs. You can work as immigration, customs, all federal jobs related to, because you have a military experience.
Obviously, I'm assuming that you've been in combat before. Is that correct?
No, I've never been in combat zone. I've never been in a combat zone. But when we were in Germany, we had an experience that the Russians, because I was in Germany by the time of the Cold War, so the Russians, they shut down a Korean airline, and so we went to the borderline for five days. We were at the borderline watching the Russians, and they were watching us. So everything went in diplomacy, and we just pulled out from the.
Very intense. Huh?
Yes, it was experience. It was a very intense, because we were divided by just a couple of miles, and you can see them by your binoculars from the other side, and you was over here.
So being so far away from home, what do you think that does to you and your other soldiers, friends, brothers?
Well, like you said, Being away, I was 17, I was 18. This was my first Christmas away from my home. Of course, you feel it in your heart, but then you have to grow up. You have to grow up at that. And like you said, the Army is a brotherhood. I got a big family, so nevertheless, feel lonely because you got a brother next to you. You always have somebody next to you who will guard you. And that was when I was in Germany. My first time, it was like that. We had a bunch of brothers and sisters, and we were always together. And everywhere we used to go out, we always was watching his back. And I'm doing it, and I'm doing it today, because the Army is like a brotherhood. It's a big family. It's a beautiful family to be on.
Have you or any of your friends experienced any like injuries or like mental like post-traumatic stress disorder, or have the people that you've served with, do you know anyone who's been affected in this like type of negative way from the time that they've served? Or
Well, my unit, when they went to Iraq, some of the guys, they came back like that. But the thing is that when you belong to the force, the Army will take care of you through the VA hospital, through the medical facilities, and to bring you back back on track. And really, I cannot talk about that type of experience because I never had it. But like I said, it all depends where you were, because not everybody that goes to a combat zone come back with a PTSD. You can be a human resource. You can be in an office and there's still a war, and you will not get PTSD. But if you're like in the front of the line soldier, But the thing is that the Army will take care of you. Doesn't matter what medical condition you come. They always do.
You chose the Army to join. Is there a reason you chose the Army? Did you not talk to like the Marines or the Navy or the Air Forces?
Well, you see, those with the other armed forces. When I was growing up, yes, I did show. I was looking on all of them, but then the Army gave me the most how you say it,
strong response.
most stronger feelings to it, especially the job that I did. I love what I did when I was in the Army, and I still love what I do. And most of the time, right now, the job that I do as a counselor, I love what I do, to talk to the youngsters and tell them then about the experience and the benefits that you will get. People sometimes they talk about, what about I don't want to go to the war because I don't want to get killed. I mean, even when you're walking down the street, because somebody didn't like you, or because you look different than another person, I mean, it's a different thing. But at least with the Army, you have the experience, you have the knowledge, and you have the leadership, and the experience to defend yourself against anything. So that's what we do. We defend. People think, you're going to the war, you go to the Army and you're going to kill. That's not true. We go to defend. We go to defend the democracy and the rights for other people to have the rights to talk and to speak and to say what they feel or what they don't feel. See, in other countries, you don't have that right to do that. Okay, if you say something wrong about the government, you end up dead. Okay, because they don't have the democracy, they don't have the liberty to talk about what they feeling.
And you said that you love what you do, and how much longer do you plan on being involved with the Army? Do you plan on retiring with finishing off with the Army, or do you plan on just going as long as you live with being involved with the Army?
Well, I love what I do, and of course, as a soldier, we all have to retire, but right now I'm not thinking about my retirement. So as long as my God gave me life and for me to stay in the military, I will stay in the military. But as a soldier, we know that sometimes we have to finish our career and we have to say goodbye to the uniform. But still, you have that experience on yourself that you can talk to your grandchildren. And right now, I have a daughter in the military. She was stationed in Korea. Now she's in Germany, and she's coming back to the state. And now it's a father and daughter thing. And I'll be out. She's in, and of course, as a father, she's getting ready to go to Afghanistan, and as a father, and I know that she's going to be okay because she's well prepared, and she's following my footsteps.
So you've been in Beverly Hills for a couple days, or is it just today?
Well, no, I'll be here in Hollywood for 3 years.
So have you, just being at the school, have a lot of kids considered joining the Army or the Armed Forces here at Beverly Hills that you talk to?
Yeah, we go to different schools and different colleges, and we talk to the youngsters about we don't talk to them about to join in the service. We just talk to them about their having them prepared to go to college.
So I have another question. How strong is Army Strong?
Real strong.
Real strong.
Yes.
Well, Juan, we commend you for your service that you've done for all of us, especially the people of Beverly Hills. We love the Army, we love the Navy, we love all the Special Forces. And I'm Dylan Fussman, and this is Brian Eliyahu, and this has been another episode of Consider This. Thank you.